सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ओम शांति शांति शांति। हरि ओम तत्सत। Bhagavad Gita 10th chapter 17th shloka. In the previous verse, Arjuna has told that please tell your divine qualities. Please let us know about your Atma Vibhutayah, your Divyaha Atma Vibhutayah, your divine qualities. Because only you can say that. No other person can tell about those qualities. And it is necessary for people to know the divine qualities. Only then they will have devotion to you. And as you have yourself said, a person who is devoted to you will attain you. A person who is constantly thinking of you will attain you. And because a person who is constantly thinking of you will attain you, will be freed from the repeated cycle of repeated births and deaths. And therefore, how would anyone know about you unless you yourself tell about yourself? And as you have already told, Satata Yuktanam, those people who are constantly meditating or constantly they are engaged in my thought, those people Preeti Purvakam Bhajatam Tesham Buddhi Yogam Dadami. You have yourself said that those people who with loving devotion serve me, I will give them Buddhi Yoga. In essence, Sri Krishna has assured everyone that anybody who has devotion to him or to God will get moksha or will evolve in spiritual life. So, unless somebody knows about Sri Krishna or God, how can that person meditate? How can that person serve? How can that person be devoted? So that is why please tell about yourself. And tell about yourself aseshena, without leaving anything. Without anything which is left to be said. Tell everything completely. So now Arjuna is clarifying this question, further elaborating this question. He says, Katham vidyamaham yogim stvam sada parichintayan keshu keshu cha bhaveshu chintyosi bhagavan maya. It's a beautiful question. A question of a devotee. Yogin. Sada. Yogin means yogi. O yogi. He is addressing Sri Krishna by this yogin. So, yogi. So, he is calling Sri Krishna himself to be a yogi. And we know Sri Krishna is the yogi of all yogis. What is the greatest quality a yogi needs or should have? Selflessness. Swami Vivekananda says, if we were to learn one thing from the life of Sri Krishna, it is the lesson of selflessness. The entire Bhagavata, the entire Mahabharata, you study closely the character of Sri Krishna, you will find that he has not done anything for himself. He is completely selfless. So selflessness. So yogi in that sense also. And yogi in the sense of he did lot of spiritual practices, spiritual austerity, etc. So, O yogi, how shall I meditate to know you? Parichintayan, meditating. Katham, how, tvam, you, aham, I, vidyam, shall know. So what should I do to know you? What should I do? If somebody is asking the question, what should I do what are the ingredients to prepare, say, pulao. So you give the ingredients, you tell the step-by-step process how to cook pulao. And if someone follows that and does the job well, then you have a pulao ready which can be eaten by people. Similarly, there is a process for everything, and devotion is no exception. What is the process? What form should I worship? So if somebody says Sarvam Khalu Idam Brahma, everything that you see is Brahman, then that means one has to worship everything. And that is a exalted state, evolved state. Not all can reach there. So one needs to know what exactly should I worship or I be devoted to in order to know you. How can I know you? What should I meditate upon to know you? That's the question. So it's a wonderful question. Bhagavan Maya. Bhagavan Maya. Bhagavan means, oh Bhagavan, a person who has got the 6 qualities of Bhaga. We have seen this earlier. Bhagavan Maya, by me. Maya means by me. Keshu Keshu, in what and what. Keshu means in what. So what? Bhaveshu, aspects or things or moods. Cha and Chintya, to be thought of, asi, you. So in what moods or what bhavas or what forms have you should I think of you? In what forms should think of you? So generally we talk about Navarasa, 9 rasas in the Natya Shastra, in the scripture on theatrics. Dramaturgy it's called. There is a whole subject called dramaturgy. That's about drama, theatre. So there are 9 rasas, Natya Shastra. 9 rasas are there in the Indian tradition, So what are the rasas? There are so many rasas. Vatsalya rasa is there. Then there is Raudra is there. Vibhatsa is there. Like that. Shanta rasa is there. So many rasas. So the 9 rasas are 9 different moods. God also sports all these moods. If you study the Bhagavata, you find that Sri Krishna has portrayed all these moods, all these moods. So the different forms, different aspects of God. Should I see, if you go to Swamiji, he went and spoke at the Triplicane. In Triplicane, it's a small place in Chennai, small locality. There is this Parthasarathi temple, wonderful temple. And the image is also wonderful, Parthasarathi. So there in the Parthasarathi temple, it is written, what he spoke in Triplicane, it is written. Go now this minute to Parthasarathi. Go to that temple and see. What is the Parthasarathi? Sarathi means charioteer. Partha means one who is the son of Pritha, that is Kunti, Arjuna. So Parthasarathi, Sarathi or charioteer of Partha, or chauffeur or driver of Partha. So the greatest driver in the world is Sri Krishna. So you go and see, he is standing with a whip. His face is all bruised because of the war. And that is the image. He is standing there like that. That is Sri Krishna in Parthasarathi form. If you go to some other temple, you will see Radha Krishna form. If you go to Anantapadmanabha Swami temple, you will see some other form. If you go to Srirangam, that is of course Vishnu, you will see him in Ananta Shayana. There is a small place in Tamil Nadu, it's called Thirumayam. Thiru means Lord, Mayam means resting place or a place. So there you go and see Vishnu is lying down like that, straight like that. He is not in Ananta Shayanam. So everywhere there are different forms of the same Lord. So which form should I meditate upon? It's a question. Anantarupa. It's Anantarupa. There are infinite forms of Lord. Which form should I meditate upon? So, oh Bhagavan, in what things should I think about you? This is the question he's asking. How should I meditate? How should I pray? How should I worship? You are saying that you are there in everything. I am unable to see. If I see a mango tree, no, this is not what Arjuna is telling. But we are all Arjunas in one way or the other. We are all different manifestations of Arjuna. Arjuna is a representative of the entire living beings, all human beings. So if you see a tree, if I see a mango tree, what do I see? I only see mangoes. Some are luscious green, some are yellow, and so luscious green mangoes might be sour and they might be tasty. That's a different taste. And then there are ripe mangoes. That's also a different taste. So I see mango shake, I see mango pickle, so many things, mango jam, etc. But in that tree also God resides. Do I see God? No, I don't see God. And what to talk about pizza? In pizza I only see cheese. I don't mozzarella. I don't see anything else. So how do you say that God is pervading, all pervading everywhere? But I don't see that. So the question is, what should I think of? What form should I think of? What should I meditate upon so that I see God? That is the question. Keshu keshu cha bhaveshu chintyosi bhagavan maya. Bhagavan maya. Maya, bhagavan maya. By me, what are the moods or what are the forms or what are the different aspects of yourself which I should think. So if you think of Sri Vishnu, Lord Vishnu, you think of Gada, you think of Shankha, you think of Chakra, Sudarshana Chakra. So whenever you think of any of these things, so if you see a Shankha, you see a conch shell, you should think of Panchajanyam. So how Vishnu's avatara, Sri Krishna, all that you have to see. But do we see is the question. So that is why he is saying, what should I meditate upon? Vistaren atmano yogam vibhutim cha janardana bhuya kathaya triptirhi shrinvato nasti me mritam. Janardana, that means people who pray, the person to whom all people pray. Jana, people. Those who pray for their artha, means for their requirement. That is Janardana. Also it means Jana, there was a demon by name Jana, the person who killed that demon. But here the more appropriate meaning is the person whom people pray, to whom people pray. So Janardana, O Janardana, that is Krishna. Atmanah, your yogam, yoga powers, your powers. Vibhutim, your qualities. Cha, vistarena, in detail. Bhuyah, again, kathaya, speak. So why again? You have already told in various ways your qualities. So now we are in the 10th chapter. You already told, but you again please tell us again. And also this is only Bhagavad Gita, which is a small part of the Mahabharata. Mahabharata is a very small text with 100,000 shlokas. 100,000 shlokas or 1 lakh shlokas. Very small text. 1 lakh shlokas. And this is a small text of 700 verses from the Mahabharata, Bhagavad Gita. So here he is saying you have already told. That is why Bhuya Kathaya. Bhuyaha means again. Bhuyaha Kathaya. You please tell again. So again means what? In Bhagavad Gita he has told, but even before Bhagavad Gita in the Mahabharata, if you see, Sri Krishna at various occasions has told about himself. So, but we want to hear again. He Amritam Shrinvatah, because Amritam, it is like Amrita, nectar. What is like nectar? Shrinvatah, to me, who is hearing. So to me, to hear that is like nectar. When somebody sings, say, Bhimsen Joshi, etc., he passed away. So great people, when they sing like that, then we feel like nectar is being poured on our ears. Some other people, when they sing, we think blood is coming out of our ears. That is a different thing. Bhuyaha Kathaya. Bhuyaha Kathaya means again you talk, again please repeat. Amritam. Shrinvatah, to people who listen to this, it is like nectar. Triptihi na asti. And even though I listen again and again, I don't feel satisfied. This is not satisfied. Two things don't satisfy you. One is that which is not good. Another one is which is so good that you cannot say no. Means it is like for many people it is web series. They start with one episode of one season. They go on watching. Second season, all whole thing 4 seasons they have finished, and their sleep also has gone. So like that, or some people they will hear some songs, etc. So it is that let it not end like that. You have this idea. So tripti na asti. I am not at all satisfied. In hearing your words, I am not satisfied. Let it continue like that. Because your words are like amrita to me, like nectar to me. So I am not satisfied. Now, why is he telling all these things? He is telling this to Sri Krishna so that Sri Krishna reveals his nature. If he reveals, if he knows, if Sri Krishna tells his divine attributes, divya attributes, all those different vibhuti means different attributes, if he tells, then that can be something which can be meditated upon or which can be prayed. Then Sri Krishna says, Shri Bhagavan Uvacha, the Lord said, Hantate kathayishyami divya hi atma vibhutayah pradhanyata kurushrestha nastyanto vistarasya me. So Sri Bhagavan said, Hanta, O Kurushrestha. Hanta means O, like A, like that we call Re, or A, like that, O, like that. So Hanta means that. So Hanta Kurushrestha. Kurushrestha means best of Kurus. So though Arjuna is Pandava, but he is also Kaurava. He belongs to the dynasty of Kurus. All Pandavas are first Kauravas, then Pandavas. Because they belong to the dynasty of Kurus. So they are Kauravas. Pandava they became because of their father, Pandu. So all Kauravas and Pandavas are all Kauravas. And then only they are Pandavas. So Kurushrestha means the best of the Kurus, means in the Kuru dynasty. Who? Arjuna. Divyaha, divine, Atma Vibhutayaha, my attributes, my qualities. Pradhanyata, according to their pradhana, according to their prominence or according to their importance. Te, to you, kathayishyami, I shall tell you. He, for, me, my, vistarasya, particulars, antah, end, nasti, there is no end. So, you see, Arjuna told, there is no nasti, triptirhi nasti. I have no, means I am never satisfied. I don't have any tripti, satisfaction. Hearing to your words which are like nectar. Hearing your words which are like nectar, I am never satisfied. Arjuna says this. Sri Krishna also says, don't worry, my particulars, vistarasya, in detail, no? Vistarasya, in detail. So, my particulars of my manifestation, my avatara. The details of my avatara also will not end, nasti. For that also there is no end, antaha nasti. So, you are saying that you are never satisfied. I can go on telling because there is no end to the qualities of my manifestation. There is no end. But I will tell you the main things I will tell. Just like now in Kerala what is happening, elsewhere also what is happening. Because of COVID pandemic, people have been unable to study. So in the 10th standard examination and in the 12th standard examination, board examination, they have told we will give you some focus points. Focus, only this focus. Focus those points and study. Similarly, Sri Krishna is giving some focus points. If I go into detail, it will never end. Because my detailed, you are saying Vistarena Atmano. You are saying Vistarena, in detail you want me to tell, but that you cannot, it will not end at all. So forget about you are not getting satisfied, I will not be able to end also. So that is why Pradhanyata, main points I am telling, just like in just before examination, teacher comes to the class and students ask, madam or sir, please give us the main points. Because this fellow has never opened the textbook. Only those main points this person, she or he will learn. and go and vomit it in the examination hall. So, vomit means not literally, metaphorically speaking. Pradhanyatah, according to their prominence, there is no end to the particulars of my manifestation. So I will just give you some prominent things I will tell. Why is Sri Krishna saying this? Prominent because, you see, everything is my manifestation. Sri Krishna is saying everything is my manifestation. Upanishad says, Sarvam Khalu Idam Brahma. That means whatever is there in this universe, everything is Brahman, everything is God, everything is Atman. If that is the case, then what specifically should I tell? But for your convenience, I am giving some important points. So you can note down. And those are the things which you need to concentrate. But that also he starts like this. Aham Atma Gudakesha Sarva Bhutashaya Stitah Ahamadischa Madhyamcha Bhutanam Anta Evacha. In the beginning itself, Sri Krishna is making it very clear that I am everything. Whatever you see, don't see. I am that. So whatever you are seeing in this universe, whatever you are not seeing in this universe, people have not gone to Mars. After Mars, some other planet may be there. So in Mars also, everything has not been seen. But everything, I am everything. So, Gudakesha. Oh, Gudakesha. Gudakesha means Gudaka plus Isha. Gudakesha means Gudaka plus Isha. Gudaka means sleep. Isha means one who has conquered that, or one who is the lord of sleep. So one who has conquered sleep means this person will sleep whenever he wants, will not sleep whenever he does not want. That is Arjuna. Arjuna has the power to control sleep. So Gudaka Isha, Gudakesha. Sarva Bhutashaya Stitah. Ashaya means heart. Sarva Bhuta means all living beings. Stitah, existing. So I am existing in the heart of all living beings. Atma, the self, also, and cha, and aham, I, bhutanam, of all living beings, adihi, I am the beginning of all living beings, cha, and madhyam, I am the middle of all living beings, antah, I am the end of all living beings, cha ahameva, I alone am the beginning, I am the end and the middle of all the living beings. That means, as far as living beings are concerned, I am everything. Living beings are concerned, I am everything, and I am their beginning, I am their middle, I am their end also. So, I am everything. That means, living beings' beginning is what? Birth, Janana. So, in Sanatana Dharma, we have the concept of Trimurti, Janana, Srishti, Sthiti, Pralaya. So, in the context of the whole universe, it is Srishti, origin of the universe, and Sthiti, maintenance of this universe, and Pralaya, destruction of this universe. In the context of a living being, it is birth, life, and death. So, for Srishti, Brahma is there. For Sthiti, Vishnu is there. And Pralaya, Shiva is there. So here, Sri Krishna says, I take care of all that. I take care of the birth, I take care of the life, I take care of the death of all the beings. Now, Sri Krishna does a thing. What is the thing? He tells about, like he will tell that among all the rivers, I am Ganga, like that. This is very good. He is going on telling like that. But we forget this shloka, which we just now read. Because what happens? Generally, it is a belief that, oh, Sri Krishna has told, Vedanam Samavedosmi. So if you don't read other Vedas also, okay, read Samaveda. Like that, interpretation. Sri Krishna has told, Nakshatranam Aham Shashi. So moon, he is the moon of all the nakshatra, he is moon. Sri Krishna has told. So if you don't bother about other nakshatras also okay, bother about moon. Like that for everything we select, oh, here only here Lord is there. Other places he is not there. So that is why Sarva Vrikshanam Ashwattah. So this Ashwattha Vriksha is very important. Why? Because in Gita it has been told. That is correct. But before that, Lord is telling that I am Sarva Bhutashaya Stitah. I am present in the hearts of all living beings. I am the beginning, I am the middle and the end of all living beings. I am there everywhere. This Sri Krishna is saying. So we forget that and we try to find out that one particular thing which he said, among this I am this, like that. So that is the concept of difference. You want to say, you build a temple and you say, this is where Sri Krishna is there. Why Sri Krishna is he not there outside the temple? But at the same time, many people go to the temple and then there is an atmosphere. So many people go to the temple and there is an atmosphere which is created. And so if you go to a temple and meditate, you will easily get meditation. If you go to a court, then your mind will be confused. Like they say, even if a healthy person goes to a hospital, will become ill, fall ill. Why? Because so many people are ill, they are suffering, you see that, etc. And there is of course the risk of getting infected by so many bacteria, viruses, etc. That is why you will fall ill. Similarly, every place has got, that's why place of pilgrimage is important. Every place that people who go there and what they think there, that influences the place. That influences the place. But at the same time, it does not mean that Sri Krishna is not there other way, means in place other than the temple. He is there in temple. He also outside. He is also outside. So that is why there is this famous incident of Guru Nanak. Guru Nanak ji was traveling somewhere and he was lying down and a person came and said that you please move the direction of your feet. So Guru Nanak said, why? Then he said, Kaaba is there, Makkah is there, Kaaba in that direction. So you remove that feet. Then so Kaaba, so Lord is there in that direction. So he said, okay, then you remove my feet, you yourself change and keep it. Wherever Kaaba is not there, you change and keep it. So he was rotating his feet like that, and wherever he saw, everywhere Kaaba was there. The Lord is there everywhere. That is the idea. Now that we have to remember. Only remembering that, then we have to see these shlokas. Otherwise, we will end up having a very wrong idea that only in this God is there, only in this God is there, etc. Adityanam aham Vishnuhu, Jyotisham Raviramshuman, Marichir Marutam Asmi, Nakshatranam aham Sashi. Aham, I, Adityanam, of the 12 Adityas, Vishnuhu, I am Vishnu. Jyotisham. Jyotisham, of the Jyotish means that which gives light. I am Anshuman Ravihi. I am the radiant sun. Anshuman means having different rays. Anshuman. So sun has got so many rays like that. So I am the radiant sun. Ravihi means sun. Marutam, of the winds, there are so many maruts. Maruts are 49 in number. 49 wind gods, maruts. Among them I am Marichi. Marichi, I am Marutam Asmi. Among maruts, I am Marichi. Nakshatranam aham Shashi. Among all the nakshatras, I am, that is the astronomical bodies. They are called nakshatras. Astronomical bodies, celestial bodies. I am moon. I am moon. So of all the nakshatras, I am the moon. Then he goes on. Then Sri Krishna says, Vedanam Samavedosmi. Among all the Vedas, I am Samaveda. Devanam Asmi Vasavaha. And among the Devas, I am Vasavaha. Vasavaha or Indra. I am Indra of the Devas. Then he says, Indriyanam manaschasmi. Indriyanam manaschasmi. Among the sense organs, I am mind. I am mind. Then he says, Bhutanam asmi chetana. And the living beings, I am chetana. Chetana means intelligence. When you talk to some living being, say you just touch a living being or something, it will respond to that stimuli. That response will be there. That is called chetana. So intelligence, it will respond. So if you go and touch a snake also, it will respond. In a different way, but it will respond. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Tat Sat Shri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu.